avonturen van Paul Simon in Zuid-Afrika. Toch in New York liepen we deze kunstgalerie binnen, benieuwd naar een grote expositie van een schilder met een Nederlands aandoende naam, Jan Balet. Maker van zulke schitterende naïeve schilderijen dat je je afvraagt of die benaming naïef hem niet aanzienlijk tekort doet. Waanzinnig geliefd in Amerika. Kijk maar naar de prijzen. Ruim $10.000, bijna 25 mil voor een doek. Deze voor ons eerste kennismaking met Balet smaakte naar meer. Hij bleek te wonen in Zwitserland, in een dorpje Estavayer-le-Lac, 100 kilometer ten noordoosten van Genève. Een plaatsje met een haast onwerkelijke sfeer, dat herinneringen oproept aan een eenvoudiger, mildere, minder hectische tijd. Aan een periode die ook Balet in zijn schilderijen uitbeeldt. Estavayer-le-Lac. Alleen om de naam al zou je er willen wonen. Het is de woonplaats van Jan Balet. 73 jaar geleden geboren in Bremen, zoon van een Nederlandse vader. De sfeer van Estavayer-le-Lac en die van Balets meer dan 200 jaar oude huis sluiten beide perfect aan bij zijn werk. Want hier woont hij, samen met zijn inmiddels 4e vrouw en een door de Balets geadopteerde, volgens mij toch een tikkie te schuchtere gelukspoes. Jan Balet zwierf, al dan niet gewapend met een rugzak, de wereld rond, voor hij hier in Zwitserland rust vond. Hij zoekt zijn onderwerpen in het verleden, in de samenleving van rond de eeuwwisseling. Niet alleen, zoals hij zelf zegt, als reactie op de veelal abstracte trends van de moderne kunst en vanwege de mooie kostuums uit die tijd. Nee, vooral omdat het toen een tijdsgewricht was met een veel grotere bescherming voor het individu. Bescherming die Balet zelf in zijn eigen chaotische jeugd nodig heeft moeten missen. Het is het type schilderkunst waarvoor de zogeheten ware kunstkenner nog wel eens zijn neus wil ophalen. Gelukkig is er in Balets geval inmiddels voldoende erkenning voor zijn vakmanschap. Hele series Amerikaanse awards en Europese prix d'honneur werden zijn deel. Jan Balet, een zeer innemende figuur. So, Mr. Balet, this is where you're working all day.
Yeah.
How many hours are you working every day?
8 hours. Every day, Saturday and Sunday. It's my hobby.
And what's your best period of the day? The morning, the afternoon?
The morning. I'm also a early riser, like the chickens. Get up at 5, but I'll be early in bed.
Did your father encourage you to be an artist?
During my life, I didn't see much of him, because my mother got a divorce when I was 4.
That's young, isn't it?
Well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I think it's a very wise choice to break off an unhealthy relationship.
You did yourself at several occasions, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm married for the last or we're together for 20 years, and I would say it would stick.
Finally, you got a good one.
I hope so.
Your parents divorced when you were 4.
Yeah.
How did it influence you?
We started living with the grandparents, my mother and I, and my grandmother took a role like a mother.
Was that an atmosphere favorable of becoming an artist later on?
Yes, yes. My grandfather was, first of all, an art collector, and he provided also paper and pencils and the audience. He sat next to me and cheered me on.
But when you're 4 years old,
Yeah.
isn't it very difficult to be living most of the time with your grandparents?
No, I don't think so. I think it was a very warm home, and we were wanted. And a child feels this. And my grandmother protected me practically all her life, and even far over the end of her life, when things were very bad, I inherited her little house, and I started then with 52 again a new life in Europe.
Your father was a Dutchman, wasn't he?
Yes, he was born in Rotterdam, and he studied in Leiden. And he also made his Doctor of Philosophy in Fribourg, right about 20 minutes from here.
Yes. Mr. Balet, you grew up in Munich and Berlin in the period of the rise of Nazism.
Yeah.
Did it influence you somewhere?
Yeah, it made me leave the country in 1938. I was for 3 months in the German army, and I saw very clearly what they were aiming at, and the image of the enemy was not my image. And so I had some Jewish friends in America that gave me a visitor's visa, and I could come to America, and I had to re-immigrate later.
Yes. How could you see so clearly what Hitler was aiming at?
Well, in 1933 he started, and I lived in Munich right in the middle of it, and I had many Jewish friends, and I could see one after the other lost his possessions, left the country. I think it was obvious.
Is that the reason why you didn't want this interview to be done in German?
Well, I know the Dutch don't like the Germans very much, and I don't blame them for that.
Why not?
Why not? Because the Germans behaved very badly in Holland. Very badly. I also had a stepbrother there. He was in the resistance, and he got shot.
How would you call your style of painting?
Well, somebody classified me under naive art. I would, and somebody called me a naive borderline case, and I would say a sophisticated primitive.
What's the title of this painting?
The Hero Factory.
The theme is war here, isn't it?
War, yes.
You got a lot more paintings about war.
Yes.
Can we see some of them?
Sure. That's the proprietor of war, the owner.
This is entitled?
I only have a German title for it. It's the Sportlehrer für die reifere Jugend.
Wo ist die reifere Jugend hier? Wo ist die reifere Jugend?
In Russland.
This is a cruel one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very cruel. Besides, he also has a lady's bicycle. That's a painting of a guest worker. They're, in no country they're popular or wanted, but they're needed. And they're treated very badly, in my opinion. And he's very much alone.
What is this?
The painting is titled The Phenomenon. I don't mean now the three fat behinds of the ladies. It's this mysterious what is it, really? Can be anything.
But they have got phenomenal behinds here.
Well, they do. That happens.
In Switzerland as well, you see them?
Everywhere. In Holland, too.
I never noticed.
I don't believe it. That's a painting when I was very, very ill, before I had an operation on my ear, and I had no balance anymore, and this is the painting out of that time. It's a lonely painting. It's almost a painting of despair, because I didn't know if the operation will function and I will be able to continue my work or to continue even to walk.
So, Mr. Balet, what kind of work are you doing in this room?
Sketches, little watercolors. I also do my letter writing. I have a large correspondence with friends. And I read a lot in here too.
It's a messy room, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
In your paintings, you lead us always into your dream world, more or less. What kind of a world is it?
A very disturbed one, in many ways. I have a extreme dream life, and at times my wife wakes me up because I cry in my sleep, and just since my childhood. I don't know if it has to do with all the experiences of my life, but I dream every night. And whenever I live in another country, after a while I even dream in the other language. When we came here, the house was in a very sorry state. 10 years nobody lived in it. The man who owned it, he died with 101, and I said to my wife, this is a good climate here. Let's buy the house, and besides, where do you find boxwood hedges in a lifetime that are that high?
Yes. Sit there. So, Mr. Balet, you must be a very happy man, aren't you?
Well, I'm as happy as possible.
Are you rich as well?
No, I wouldn't be.
Your unhappy childhood is behind most of the paintings. That could be a conclusion. Right?
Well, it's with many paintings. I also have seen other children that are lonely.
And you were slammed around a bit at school, weren't you?
Yeah, the school was rough at the time, especially the German schools. And when I was 6, 7, 8, 10, they used to beat the hell out of the pupils. It was today they don't do it anymore, but it was at times very cruel, and especially one teacher. He was, in my opinion, a sadist. And when I was grown up, I wanted to visit him once and tell him this, but I came too late. He died of a brain tumor, and I felt a little bit cheated because I wanted to tell him that this is no way to educate young children.
Yeah. What should your place in history be?
My place in history, I don't know. I'm always a little bit. It's awkward for me when people come and say, "Can I see your paintings?" And I always send my wife on the front to show the paintings and so on, because I can't. I'm a little bit timid or something like that. You can't just say, "Look at this. This is great." I don't feel that way.
Thank you very much.